1977 to the Delta Omega chapter on the campus of the University of Missouri. Brother Hicks attended the University of Missouri where he majored in political science. He also participated in the Maynard Institute for Journalism Education's renowned summer program for minority journalists at the University of California, Berkeley. He served as Junior Province Vice President for the Middle Western Province while at Missouri. He is a student of achievement. Brother Hicks has served as a mentor, brother, and friend to everyone with whom he has had an opportunity to meet and converse. He has had a direct hand in aiding, advising, and guiding the educational and professional careers of an immeasurable number of Catholic across the globe. He travels extensively across the country to sing at weddings and personal events of brothers at a simple request. His goodwill and willingness to serve have made him Kappa Alpha Psi's ambassador. He is also the director of Manifest, an all-male ensemble that sings contemporary Christian music. The group's first recording was released in August 2011. They also released a Christmas CD in 2012. Brother Hicks has also appeared as an actor in the 1992 movie, Eddie Murphy's Boomerang. He is a leader among men. Brother Hicks is an award-winning writer and journalist with more than 30 years of experience covering politics, business, industry, and the role of people of color in the world of business. He is a senior national correspondent with BET.com and a columnist with the New York Amsterdam News, the oldest and largest black newspaper in New York City. For nearly 25 years, he worked for the New York Times, where he covered the politics of New York State and New York City. During that time, he developed a reputation as one of the foremost authorities on the inner workings of political culture in New York City and New York State. He has been a frequent guest on local radio and television news programs, where he regularly offered political analysis and commentary. He was also the author of the Politics 5B column for the Times website. After leaving the Times, he worked as a senior fellow for the Du Bois Bunch Center for Public Policy on Medgar Evers College in Brooklyn. He is the co-editor of the book, From Disaster to Diversity, What's Next for New York City's Economy. He is now editing the book, Black, Brown, and Green, ensuring a role for people of color in the nation's new economy. He is a vanguard of excellence. Brother Hicks' personal gifts have been the treasured resource of the fraternity for over 30 years. His voice has been the familiar and beloved sound that has crooned the complete roll call of Kappa songs to delighted audiences of Kappa men for decades. Brother Hicks' voice has become a customary inclusion in every Grand Chapter meeting or National Foundation event program. He has been an invited guest speaker and or singer at every Province Council meeting at some point in his illustrious career, racking up awards and honors along the way. His is the voice immortalized in the Kappa Classic CD for current and future generations of Kappa men to enjoy. I present to you Brother Jonathan Hicks, Elder Watson Diggs Award recipient.
Ms. Grand Polmark, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, I now present the Elder Watson Diggs Awardee to Brother Jonathan Hicks with all the rights and privileges they are pertaining unto.
Right here, please.
the men and women who are here, who are guests of this 81st Grand Chapter, I say good evening. To my brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi, what's good, noobs? I'm a man who is deeply blessed. And I've been blessed to come from a family where I have been related to by blood or through marriage to about 17 members of Kappa Alpha Psi. I'm just going to name two of them. One of them is my dad. My father, John Hicks, is a retired journalist and retired Foreign Service officer. He was initiated in the Beta chapter in 1947, and he's someone who always showed me throughout my life what it really meant to be a Kappa man. And I also want to mention my late uncle, Woodrow W. Walston, who received this coveted award at our Grand Chapter in Detroit in 1982. I want to tell you, I really appreciate the recognition, and I was a little afraid because my knees aren't that great, and I was saying, are they really going to make me kneel on that thing? But God is good. When I saw Brother David could do it, I said, let me do it myself. Whatever I've been able to accomplish in Kappa Alpha Psi or in other life has been rooted in my early undergraduate days in the fraternity, and somehow the lesson always stuck with me, and I learned this as an undergraduate, that whatever I did in the name of Kappa somehow had to represent achievement of the highest order. I was taught that whatever we did in the name of Kappa Alpha Psi should be so exemplary, so top-notch, that members of other organizations would look at what we did and say, wow, why can't ours be like that? It is what I have been fueled by. It started when I was the chairman of Kappa Week back at Delta Omega Chapter, and it's stayed with me until this period of editing the Kappa Alpha Psi Journal for the second time. I just want to give a few words of thanks. First, I want to thank my wife. Christy DeBoe Hicks has been with me for 29 years next month. She is the woman that God sent to me to support, encourage, and complete me. Secondly, I want to thank the brothers from my fraternal homeland. That would be the Delta Omega and Iota Omega chapters. If you're here, just stand for a second. Now, I have had the joy and the honor of knowing every single person who was initiated at DQ or IQ since me. And a lot of brothers talk about how they're happy about where they came from, but to me it's a very active, very contemporary, very vibrant fraternal joy. And for whatever reason, whenever I go back, they always make me feel like family. And I thank them for that. I also want to thank the incredible brothers of the New York Alumni Chapter and the Northeastern Province. Now, I know everybody thanks his home chapter, everyone thanks his home chapter, but these are brothers who have demonstrated to me time and time again how splendid, how marvelous, how miraculous it is when brothers come together with a true brotherly concern for one another, and it's blessed me. I want to thank my province polemarch, who is not only a province polemarch, but not only a friend, but a brother, who's always there for me. I also want to thank my province's stalwart member, our Grand Polemarch Sam Hamilton and his lovely wife Sandy. And lastly, in the fraternal sense, I want to thank our Grand Polemarch, who gave me the opportunity to come back and do something that I thought I'd never do again, that I gave up 20-some years ago, and edit the Kappa Alpha Psi Journal once again. It has been truly a labor of love, and it is one of those things that has really sustained me at this period of my life. Now, I know everybody thanks God, not just Kappas, Russell Simmons, everybody. But I really do want to thank God for this extraordinary experience of being here. And why do I say that? Because, we're all family. Can we talk? About 19 months ago, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And I wasn't sure how long I was going to be here. And what God did for me was allow me to have these extraordinary experiences in the 19 months since then. And it has been a period where I have been truly blessed with rich, wonderful, and above all, joyous experience. God has allowed me to experience Kappa Alpha Psi in new and rich ways. I have felt great brotherhood, support, encouragement wherever I traveled, whether it was to St. Louis or Philadelphia or Detroit or New Orleans, Los Angeles, Washington, or even kicking it as I did recently with the Brothers of Winter Park alumni in Florida. In the last 19 months, God has blessed me to travel to the Philippines, to Korea, to Ghana, to Nigeria, and in every place I have felt the great joy and support of the Noops in every destination. Now, this is for you all. The same God that gives me joy sees me through fortnightly chemotherapy sessions is the same God that holds my hand through the challenges and allows me the blessing of these phenomenal experiences. Now, we have choices on what we can focus on. And I've learned that it's not what we go through that counts, but it's our perspective on what we go through that counts. We can focus on the challenge, or we can focus on the God that helps us get through those challenges. And I can assure you that this robust, extraordinary, joyous experience that he's done for me, in the midst of challenge, he'll surely do for you. I'm a blessed man. God bless you.